What's up, boys? Cave Talk episode 14. So it's a bit of a late one, I'll be honest. It's like 7 p.m. right now. Funny situation, but anyway, let me explain what the topic of today's video is going to be, okay? So number one, you got to keep God number one in your life, and I'm going to explain how and why and how it's going to lead to your success. And number two is you have to become a process-based person. If you become a process-based person, it is number one, scientifically and mathematically impossible to fail. And number two, you're just going to last so much longer than the competition. And I want to give you one analogy right now before I forget it, which I heard from a guy called, what's his name? Jack Hopkins. He's the CEO of Testosterone. That's his name on, social media. But his stuff's amazing. And he said how if you become a process, well, he didn't say process, but he used a different analogy. If you become a certain type of person, you just last so much longer than everyone else. And he gave a really, really good analogy. It's like in a video game. Let's say you're in Fortnite or a battle royale. By the way, I've played Fortnite once in my life, so don't correct me on this. But let's say you're in a battle royale where there's loads and loads of people. It's the exact same thing in business. You start and there's 100 people, or how many people. In business, it's obviously millions and millions. But as you go on, more and more people get splattered. Every single day. Why is a random person calling me? Who cares? I'm going to hang up. I'll call him later. But as you go on in business, who the fuck was that? Anyway, as you go on in business, more and more people give up. Every bad day, this is something very important. If you're going for a bad day, every bad day, bro, about 1,000 people get splattered. About 1,000 people just disappear from business and just give up for whatever reason. They're having a bad day at the gym, their girl left them. Imagine, no, genuinely think about this. I'm literally thinking about this as I'm saying. Think of how many people gave up on their business because of a girl. Bro, it must be I want to say billions, bro. Well, not billions, but literally hundreds of millions. Who the fuck is? I don't know who that is. Anyway, someone just sent me a message with a number, an American number. Anyway, think of how many people gave up in business because of a girl, bro. Think of how many people gave up in business because they broke, or they tore a muscle, they broke a bone. Or just became ill, became injured, and they gave up for a week or whatever while they were ill, and they didn't get back to the momentum, and then maybe they tried again 3 months later, and it gave up, and then they had college, and then they had uni, and then they got a part-time job, and their life just went on as normal, and they forgot about the business was ever even there. Bro, it's insane. This is actually such an epiphany I'm having right now, because it's so true. The amount of people who just give up every single day because of random reasons, or it could be, and this one's more serious, but let's say their loved one dies, so they just give up on business. There's so many reasons why people give up. So if you want to become one of those guys who just doesn't give up, stays relentless, keeps on going. As you guys saw in my previous Cave Talk, episode 13, I spoke about how I became financially free at 17. And I spoke about how I started 15 business models before my first one actually made me a lot of money and I found it fulfilling and I was going to do it long term. 15 business models. How many people last 15 different business models? No one, bro. And it wasn't I dipped my toes in. I actually fully committed to a lot of these business models. Obviously, clearly not for long enough, but I tried them out. So yeah, so many people just get splattered. It's like a map, right? It's the same way, how in, I used to play Brawl Stars, complete waste of time. But in a lot of different games, the safe zone gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Exact same thing in business. Every single day it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. Less and less people stay in business. Less and less. Until there's a tiny little circle of people. And it's such a small percentage to how many people started. Because so many people start the business game. But how many are actually doing it and how many make thousands a month? Less than 1%, I guarantee it. Less than 1% of business owners or people who start businesses ever get to even $2,000 a month, ever. Because probably about 80% of them give up after 3 months. Don't even last more than 3 months. I'd say 94% give up after 6 months. And 99% will give up after 12 months. So if you're just, if you've literally been in business for more than 12 months, as long as you're obviously committed and you're actually trying, you're ahead of 99% of the competition. So that's a little bit of inspiration there. But secondly, boys, understand every single day, so many people get splattered. Every single day, so many people give up. So many people implode and just give up on their business. And little did they know that if they had kept on going maybe 1 more month, 2 more months, they might have got their first client, which would have led to their first 10K a month, 20K a month, 50K a month, and they'd be able to travel the world. And I always say, you don't even need to, these big numbers 10, 20, 50K a month. You don't need to be making that much, bro. You could literally be making 2 to 5K a month and be traveling the world and doing whatever you want. If you're making 2 to 5K a month, even let's say just 3K a month online, USD, right? You could literally book a flight to Barcelona tomorrow, rent out an okay hotel. I'm not saying 5-star, but rent out an okay hotel, go out, meet some girls, have some fun, go surfing, then come back a week later, then book a flight to Thailand. Like, you can do whatever you want, bro. You don't even need that much money. So that's some inspiration for all of you guys. And then the second point is keep God number one. Okay, and I'm going to go into the process-based mindset as well, but keep God number one. In this world, everything that God tells you to stay away from, and it says in the Bible to stay away from, I promise you, if you stay away from it, bro, your life's going to be amazing. Like, you know, I've had personal problems in my life with certain sins and certain things which I've kind of not adhered to that were clearly set in the Bible to do or not to do, and I went against the rules. And I thought I was like, cool. But it ends up slapping you back in the face, bro. God humbles you. Like, you think you're cool going out partying, having casual sex, or you think you're cool going out watching porn, or you think you're cool playing video games 24 hours a day, being lazy, or you think you're cool hanging out with the wrong friends or doing drugs. And guess what happens? Boom! Life slaps you in the face. That was a satisfying slap. But life just slaps you in the face. God just humbles you. He strikes down. And he just humbles you. Whether it's through a sign, whether it's through your girl leaving you, whatever. Take everything as a sign. That's another thing. Because it becomes so much easier to deal with when you take it as a sign, right? Let's say, for example, your girl leaves you. If you just take it as a sign from God that you weren't working hard enough and that you weren't being religious enough and you forgot to go to church or whatever, then it's like, oh, well, that's why she left me. So do you see what I'm saying? You don't even have to take accountability, but obviously do, but you get the point. Anyway, this is a very random cave talk, but I'm just speaking from the bottom of my heart, boys. If you keep God number one, I promise you, like, you can live such a good life. I think my phone's about to die, so I'm going to connect to the charger. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the audio. But, yeah, boys, like, if you keep God number one in your life and you work your ass off, because that's what it says, but it literally says in the Bible so many times to work your ass off. In fact, I literally pull it up. Obviously, it doesn't say exactly the word work your ass off, but you get the point. Like, and there's another quote, do not be afraid. It mentions it 365 times in the Bible, as many days as there are in the year. Every single day you need to remind yourself, do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Don't fear anything. Don't fear anything mankind. Don't fear being cancelled. I don't care if my banks will cancel me. I don't care if YouTube cancels me. I don't care whatever happens. As long as I've got Jesus Christ and as long as I keep God number one, I'm not afraid of anyone but God. I don't fear any person in the world apart from God. So let's see. Quotes about working hard in the Bible. I guarantee you. And by the way, guys, it's actually cool to read the Bible, bro. Some of this stuff, it's spitting wisdom, bro. I remember sometimes I've literally listened to the Bible. Read the Bible quote, and I just be like, damn. Like, I learned that from a YouTube video in a different way 2 months ago. It's like all of the wisdom you get from YouTube and even from me, it's all in the Bible, bro. Here we go. A slack hand causes poverty, but the hand of the diligent makes rich. Boys, how genius is that? You will definitely enjoy what you've worked hard for. You'll be happy and things will go well for you. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. Boom! How good is that? One more time. Proverbs 14:23. All hard work brings a profit, but mere talk leads only to poverty. If I was only making these cave talks and I was being a lazy, fat Brutus behind the scenes, then I was just sitting here just doing nothing, just watching porn, playing video games, watching random YouTube videos, eating fat chips. First of all, I wouldn't have an 8-pack. That's off topic. But second of all, I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't be making thousands a month. I wouldn't be financially free. So you have to work hard, man. But yeah, boys, these things are actually amazing. These quotes. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all of your heart. Give it everything you have. To this coaching and to me working with people one-to-one and helping them scale their business, I give everything. I try and give everything. Not because I'm working for human masters, not because I'm working for money, not because I'm working for these material objects, but because I'm working for the Lord. Because I know that it satisfied the Lord to see me work hard and reap the fruits of my labor. So yeah, boys, keep God number one, okay? Last thing, process-based mindset. You have to judge your days, and I've said it before, so I won't touch on it for too long. You have to judge your days whether or not you did the inputs, whether or not you worked hard today. It doesn't matter about the outputs. It doesn't matter how much money you made today. It's about, did you work hard today? If you worked hard today, it was a good day. That's how simple it is, boys. But that's the end of today's Cave Talk. I think I said Cave Talk episode 14. So I'm doing them every single day. So I just decided let's do it even though it's 7 p.m. a bit late. Tomorrow's one will be early in the morning, boys. I'll catch you boys tomorrow.